wife Kara's not joining us tonight, and tonight we are talking knives, all knives, all night. Um, and we can talk about other stuff too, but got a bunch of knives out here, so we can, have a bit of a knife talk together and chit chat about EDC and knife stuff. Normally we do our lives and we talk about, various topics, whatever comes to mind, but tonight we're doing knives. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up this right now. Bang, there it is. What's up, everybody? So there also is something else I want to talk about really quick. There's only five of you guys in here. So here in just a second, let me raise this camera up a little bit. Looks like you can see underneath the table a little bit. Now, we talk about something a little important. You guys can join in if you want to. Hey, Amy. What's up, Brace? Snuggle Tummy, the Great Wallaby, Brandon, Chris Wolf. But yeah, I'll just wait for a minute and I'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, I got a bunch of knives out here, and I kind of just sporadically threw all different prices and values. I got a little bit more budget options over here to the left. Yeah, you guys can see a few of them. Can't get the whole table. Slinging Lead. That's a badass name, I gotta say. Tucson, man, he's not in here right now, but Lavender Pants 86, he just had a horrible experience with them. He ordered a knife like 2 months ago and it never showed up. And then I'm not sure exactly what the mail said to him, but I don't know. But they refunded his money when he complained, but it should have been there a long time before that. Sometimes it happens, but then I had another buddy that told me they got theirs pretty quick. So, but hey, Mark, guess what? Before you donated that, I should have told you. I'm just gonna tell you guys right off the bat. All donations tonight are going to Big Bore Knife and Gear, and I'm starting it off with this donation right there. So, Scott, Big Bore Knife and Gear. I might as well put up the sign right now. So all donations are going to Scott tonight. I heard he's had a little rough. He helps the community so much, and he's always worried about other people. So I really don't know the details. All I know, yeah, I know, Slicey. Kara's not here. But all I know is that he's, all I had to hear was rough, right? Scott's always been awesome to us, and, I might as well show this. When our channel was smaller, Kara did an unboxing of a knife just like this, not this one, and fell in love with it. And Scott seeked this out. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. He seeked it out and got it for Kara. This is over 20 years old. They don't even make them no more. They're expensive, and we couldn't believe that he did that. This thing's like brand new, and it's from 1999. So, what comes around goes around, and we want to do what we can to help him, whatever he needs, however he needs. So whatever's donated tonight is going directly to Scott Big Bore Knife and Gear. I'm trying to figure out a way to set this down where everybody can read it. You guys see I got a lot of hinders here. Starting to catch up to Slicey Dicey and Metal Complex. Finally, for the first time, I can actually say, hey, thank you, gamer. Thank you. Finally, for the first time, I can actually say that I own a hinder. Holy cow. 2 hinders. That's insane to me. This is one of them. It's actually what's in my pocket right now. And then the other one is this one in carbon fiber, plus a whole bunch of scales. I got like 3 sets of scales for this one. I'm sure you guys seen the video. and then like 3 sets of scales for this one. It's just crazy. Um, I didn't think I'd ever be able to say that, or at least I always hope so. But two, a year and a half. That's how it goes, right? That's how it goes. And I knew before I got to handle them, just looking at them, I knew there was something about them because one, just the construction, right? Just the build. You don't even have to touch it, and you could see this thing's built. It's built tough. And then everybody in the community, raving and talking about the hinders, and then it seems like you can do whatever you want to them. It's like however you want it, you can do to them with all the hardware and all the places that sell aftermarket parts. And who doesn't like to customize their own knife? So I knew they were going to be awesome, and they really are. This one though, man, this one's brand new. I'll tell you what, I tried breaking it in before my video. It's stiff though, man. It's definitely, I don't know, Slicey Dicey, if you ever got one that like brand new. See, this is the only one I've ever held that was brand spanking new, and the detent on this thing, man, it can be a finger killer. The other ones that are broken in, they're not like that. They're beautiful to flip. I mean, obviously they still get the little pokiness to them, but when the detent is not as strong, you can thumb flick it. I can barely thumb flick that one. I have a Griptilian, not a custom, but I mean, I got this one. And a mini grip. I got a couple mini grips. My favorite version though is the sheep's foot blade. Now, yes, I would rather have it in G10, but I don't. So, I got the FRN versions. I like the Griptilian. I really do. Now, I wish that they were hollow ground still. Some of the 3-inch ones were a little stiff. I got a 3-inch one right here. This one's not bad. This one's actually really good. But it might have been just more broken in, before it came because they're not mine. Now, the one with the flipper delete, wow. Stupid smooth. Like, this thing is crazy smooth. Even the detent, it's lighter, but in a good way. Like, you can use the, the groove to flick it, and it's so easy. My mini grip is hollow ground. When did they change it? I don't know exactly the year they changed it, but I know when they went to S30V, I think in 154CM they were still hollow, and then when they went to S30V, they went to flat grinds. I wish that, I don't know why. Like, that was the biggest mistake they ever could have done to the Griptilian. Like, totally would have gotten the G10 model if they still did this in a hollow ground, because I love this thing. This is one of my favorite blade shapes. I like it better than even, I like the Hogue Ritter itself better, but the blade shape, I like this blade shape more than this one. Just because, I don't know, I feel like the tip, I can use it better, and I do lots of utility cuts with my knives. Like, all day, I cut such, like, different stuff. I never cut the same thing. I go from straps to cardboard to plastic, to wood, and then, straps and ropes. Like, I'm always cutting something a little different, and that's one of the reasons why I like a tip to face downward, because there's a lot of times where I gotta like cut something out and I need my tip. So, and also another reason is because when I'm cutting the straps, I don't want too big of a belly, because then it's like, and I love this knife, but I find that, when I'm pulling the straps, I don't like them to slip up and out and around the blade. Especially like if I got to cut some straps towards the end of the day and my knife is starting to get dull. Like, I got a couple knives here just from one day. You guys seen me sharpen this one the other day, and it's wrecked already. Now, I was using these budget knives because of the job I was doing. Even this thing, I mean, this thing is wrecked. I mean, I couldn't cut paper to save my life with this thing. But what I was doing was I had to cut plastic off of glass. So my edge actually had to drag against glass in order to cut it off. And it just was what it was. But the point is that I didn't want to use my nice knives to do that. But that's what I had to do all day long. So you're talking about, a couple hundred cuts doing that. I mean, maybe not a couple hundred, but a lot though. All right, there's 38 people in here. I don't know if you guys can read this. All donations tonight are going to Scott Big Boy Knife and Gear. We donated $100. If you guys don't have it, completely understand, but just know if you guys do donate, it's going to Scott. I heard he's had it a little tough. And also, don't ever think that like a dollar doesn't mean something, because it totally does. I never look at like the difference between $20 and a dollar, because somebody's dollar could mean what $20 meant to somebody else. And that's just the way it is. Everybody's got it differently depending on the day of the week or whatever. So I don't want anybody to feel bad if they can't or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know that we're doing that tonight. Hey, thanks, Bet. You know what? I don't even have the damn bell. Oh my God, Sorry about that. I should have had that prepared. You see what happens when Kara's not with me? Maybe somebody was right last week. I need, what'd they say? They said something about I need Kara to help organize my life or something. Hey, Ma. Hey, gamer. Thank you, bud. My wife, she's been working all week, and she just got off work just a few minutes ago, and so she's relaxing. I'm not gonna bother her. She's taking a nap. She's had a rough week, and it is what it is, man. So thank you, Jesse. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are all awesome. What the hell was I talking about? I don't even remember now. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about this damn churro. Man, holy cow! I should save this stuff for the review. This thing's blowing me away. The ergos are so good on it. Just everything is so amazing on this knife. I'm really, really liking it. It could possibly be the best line. Oh, I got some. You know what? I got something for you guys to watch. Hang on one second. You're gonna get Spyderco CBN stones. I got the Neeves stones, but I also just got. Check this out. Somebody sent this to me. I'm not gonna say who it was because I didn't ask them. I did cut it open, but I haven't. I barely looked inside. I slipped the top open, and that was it. But check this out. Let me throw a mat down really quick. One second, guys. 1 second. I don't want to scratch nothing, so I'm just going to throw this mat right over the top. See how we do that there? Check this out. Somebody just sent these to me. And this is so awesome. I do not know what this is. Plastic. But 3 diamond stones. There's a 240, a 600, and a 1,000. That's awesome. I just want to see the Tucson TS 129. That's a bad sumbitch right here. This thing is a great knife all the way around. This one's an M390 titanium. Beautiful contoured carbon fiber. The front flipper works fantastic. Internal stop pins, ceramic ball bearings, caged ball bearings on a racetrack. Yeah, this thing's fantastic. And it's got milling. The live camera sucks. I'm going to wipe my lens really quick. I think I did it before I started, but just in case. Very high. Yeah, you can't really see it too good. The live camera, it's not the same camera as my regular one. I don't want to mess around with these too much, but They're diamond stones. They look like they go on like a KME or something. I'm not sure what system, but sometimes I get these stones though, and I just freehand with them. Plus, I can always put these in a clamp. Now, let me set this to the side, and now I have another box. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to bust the stuff out one by one. You guys aren't going to see the box, so this is an unboxing video also. Let's check out what's in here together. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what? Maybe I should wait. Floydian. Oh, man. You know what? I should probably wait because Karen's going to kill me. There's one specific one in here that I know she'll kill me if I unbox it without her. So I'll unbox them. Oh, man. Look at that. Whoo. I believe Ryan used to own this. If you guys don't know who Ryan is, Spirited Blades. I don't know if this was his. Oh, man, that is sweet. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, I just now opened it, Floydian. So Floydian's the one who sent this. The thing is, though, is that I forgot about that one that I asked you about, and Kara's not, joining us. So I feel bad if man, that thing is sweet. Hey, Stacy. Thank you. That's going to Scott. Remember, all donations are going to Scott tonight. Thank you, Stacy. That's awesome. All donations are going to Scott tonight. I'm going to repeat it a few times as we go along. He's, I don't even know what's going on. I just know it's been rough, and he's such a great dude. He takes care of everybody, and I knew if I said something, he would have talked me out of it. The way I see it is that, if he doesn't even have to say what's wrong or anything like that. All he's got to do is, if he's struggling right now, then I have no problem doing whatever I can for him. He's such a great dude. He helps everybody out, even when he needs help himself. So, man, this knife is so smooth. So, yeah, any donations are going to Scott, Big Bore Knife and Gear. What's up, Ray? Shout out to Everyday City Carry. Ray, thank you. Thank you. Floydian, what is the name of this? The Arno Bernard. The Orca. There it is right there. See, I'm looking through the camera, man. The lenses suck for the lives. Thank you, Ray. That's awesome. Thank you. Man, this thing, ooh, that jimping. This is nice. This is like really nice. Wow. All right, let's get to another one. This box is pretty full, let me tell you. All right. Now we got, check this out. Ooh. That is cool. It's like a toothpick. I don't know what model this would be. I don't know if it says it. The Salingen or something? It says right there. You guys can't see it. The Trapper. Boker Trapper. Yeah, that's got some good pull. This is a good little knife, man. I don't know what type of wood that is. Looks solid though. That's cool. Everybody keeps asking me about slip joints, man. I knew I had to get one on this this channel or some more. All right, what is this? I started opening. I want to make sure I'm not gonna. Ooh, a brass Mannix too, and this one is got some weight. Oh yeah, and it's also got the brass cage, if you guys can see that. Now, I'm sure you guys know I got mine right here, and then I got the large one under there too. So this is the brass version, or with the brass scales, I should say, in the cage. Now I am going to get some metal cages. I'm hoping for titanium, but that's nice. The sound is a little better too. Let's listen. This one's got a little bit of a lighter sound, but feels very solid. All right, let me put this one back, grab another one. I'm gonna set these right here for right now. That Damascus was made from their older machines. Huh. Check that out. Oh man, I wish the camera was like better quality for the lives. Well, you know what? Maybe I think. Oh, whoa! Hang on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm trying. Let's try it right there. Man, now it's like kind of distorted, right? Put this right here. I'm gonna go back because I don't want to mess with that later. Yeah, the camera you got to use for the lives. Soon I'm going to have a new phone though, because the phone I have is not my phone's great, but it's got a cracked screen. Okay, what is this? It already looks like a buck. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the 110 and the 112, right? Or the one, I think it's the S30V, right? Yeah, S30V. So I think this one's the 112. This is the 110. I've been wanting to get some of these on the channel, and the thumb says, ooh, that lock up. That thing sounds legit. Man, that's a nice pop. What kind of, oh, that's G10. That's some grippy G10. These are cool. I love the blade shape and the hollow ground. You know, like they really thought about, you know, using your knife when they made this thing. Like with the blade shape, or what a good blade shape would be, what a good grind would be, all of that. This one definitely feels different, like than the other one. Two different knives. The QSP Penguin you showed at the start, is that D? It's D2. That one is D2. I didn't even know they made an S35 version. I'm about to make it a full month without breaking my phone. Well, good luck now after you said that shit. You probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, okay. So this is a Tuya Bruiser, I think. I think this is the Bruiser. Oh, yeah. Man, Tuya's got some great action. Great ergos, too. This is a pretty decent grind, too. I think this is the Bruiser. Yeah, the Bruiser. Okay, thank you. Some of these you might have to remind me. Now, okay, so now these two, you guys are going to have to wait on, because if I open one of these and it's the one, then Carol kill me. So, like, literally kill me. I won't be able to make no more videos. Alright, what is this? Alright, that's the one I already opened. Okay, we got a couple more. Ooh. Hey, Benny! Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, what is... Oh, this is my first time checking out one of these. That is gorgeous. Wow. Was that? That's crazy. That backspacer looks like. Let me see if I can just zoom in just a little bit. It's hard to see. It's too distorted. The backspacer looks like it's all one piece almost. I love the texture. All right, first flip. Oh, yeah. Wow. Man, that's got some kick. It's like you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Sharp by Design's nub. Does this have a regular? No, that's why. It's got the nub. Okay, so that's why it reminds me of that. Because that's what it has. It doesn't have a detent ball. It has a detent nub. And I can feel it. Their action is so unique. It's like the break. It's different than a detent. Man, that feels solid. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Let's look at it next to the Shuro. Shuro's a little bit bigger. We got the bear versus the lion. Might have to do a versus video on that. Man, that detent is nice. Man, there's the one, man, I want to open it so bad. Okay, we got another one right here. This might be the last one. I could take a peek in the old lamps because there's one that it's specific that she wants to check out. Oh, wow. Wow. I've been wanting to check one of these out. I don't know if I should. What? That is so unique. This is awesome. Wow, that is awesome. It's like, you hear it, it almost sounds like a gun racking. Jared, the Spectre has an adjustable detent. Feel free to play with it. Really? I don't know if I'd want to mess with it because it's so perfect. Man, it kicks. What is it just an axis lock? No, listen to this. I mean, this is G&G Hawk, right? I mean, they make some unique locking systems. Man, it's so unique. When you kick this out, it's like as soon as it breaks that click, it's like there's nothing stopping it and it automatically locks up. It's so unique. It's not really a front flipper, but you can very easy. Can you? Okay, so you can't pull the lock down. You got to kick it out, which I never do that anyways. I know some people do that. They pull this down and go like that. I don't do that. I always flick it out, and I only use the lock to close. That. Oh, let's try the thumb stud. I didn't even think about that. It's not really a thumb stud, is it? Maybe a middle finger flick. Ooh, you can. Hey, Mark, again. Thank you, Mark. Just figured out how to adjust the donation thing in 30. What? Oh, it's a donation thing back in 30. Just getting home from workshop. Okay, bud. We'll see you when you get back. Thank you for the donation, man. I'm sorry I keep fidgeting with this thing, guys. It's so unique. That is different. It sounds great, right, Russ? Sometimes, man, like, I could look at a knife, and I know I've said this before, but I could look at a knife and be like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's not really my style. And then before I say my style, I'll hear, okay, yeah, that's my style. As soon as I hear it, I'm like, oh, man, yep, I like it. Like, that's crazy. Okay, I'm just going to take a little peek. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to take a little peek and figure out which one it is, and then I'll unbox. Okay, so I know which one it is now. That's all I did. I took all I did was went like that. So this is the one. She's going to care about the other one. I'm going to have to wait. She'll have to check that out. Damn it, there's two. Wait, did I get it right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Whew. The whippersnapper. Wow. I've never, ever tried one of these. meaning the brand. I don't want to say it too loud. Man, that is smooth. I wonder if I can do the reach around. Oh, yeah. No, maybe not. Yep. That's nice. This is like, it's smooth, the texture, but it looks kind of like, what's that? That stainless steel like the back of a truck has, or like the bed of a truck. It kind of looks like that. That's cool, man. This thing is very smooth. Floatian, thank you so much, man. This is awesome. Ray, you taking off? All right, bud. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, this is sweet. Yeah, just so you guys know, Scott doesn't even know that donations are going to him or anything like that. I did not tell him because I knew if I did, he would have just tried to talk me out of it. And I wasn't trying to do that. I wanted to, for him to maybe even if, I don't know if what he's doing right now, if he's even going to be able to show up or anything like that. But I didn't want him to talk me out of it. Floydin, thank you again, man. These things are awesome. This is going to make for some awesome reviews. All right, let's get back to the knife talk. I'm telling she's already going to know, man. She can probably hear me, and she's just steaming over there. It's called jeweling. Yeah. Okay, so that's what the finish was on the titanium. It was a jeweled finish. I've seen back spacers and stuff like that, parts that were jeweled before. Never seen a full knife jeweled. I'm definitely going to enjoy them. I appreciate it very, very much. So the Striders, I've been trying to break them in a little bit. They, if they showed up and they had, you hear the stick. I know that's kind of Strider's MO, but it's breaking in because when I first got this and opened it up, it was bad. Like really bad. This one is almost done. Like you don't even hear it. So, barely. So I wanted to make sure, because I didn't want to do a review and really knock it too hard on that if it just needed to break in a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. So what are you guys carrying tonight? I'm curious what's in your pocket. I today was carrying this XM18 3.5. Man, that thing's awesome. But I didn't go anywhere today. Today, man, I worked all week, and then after work, I was working on knife material and stuff. So today, I every morning I wake up at 4 a.m. No matter what, I wake up at 4 a.m. If I got to work that day, I work out in the morning, go to work, and get off, and I do all the recording stuff and videos. But I just went back to work this week, so it's a little rough the first week. Got to get used to it again. I was carrying an Asher Silva fresh from MC. Okay, so I just sent my Asher knife to LTK to get HRC tested. So we're going to see how that goes. I got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping that it goes good. So I don't know. I sharpened it. And just from sharpening it, I used it a little bit, for the review. But I don't think I used it enough to really speak on the HRC. Sharpening went fine. I didn't have no problem sharpening it. I don't think it's bad, but I can't speak on really if it's going to be any good or not. How do you like the mini boost? I have the original smoke, and it's pretty small as is. Carrying Wiimote and a Ravivon. I got a Ravivon. A24 titanium. I have not tried the booze. I know everybody seemed to like them though. I mean, This is like my boost, the Metamorph. I know you guys seen that what is it? The micarta one. I think it's Indiana Knives. Yeah, Indiana Knives has that new micarta one. I know that's awesome. It's smaller, so I know this thing's pretty big for some people. Gamer, thank you, man. Have any flashlight recommendations? Check this out. Kind of. So I mostly have Olights. I got. It's not in the box, but I got this one. I have a couple of these. Okay, I got a couple of these. Oh, and I got the bigger one. I like this one a lot. This one's just more compact. It's basically the size right there. That's basically the size. And if you need a size comparison, here's the 3-inch hinder. So it's small. It's very small. But and then I got this one right here. I'm still waiting to test it out. It's still in the wrapper, you can see. I really like it. That's why I haven't opened it up yet, because I really, really like it. And I was trying, like, it's wrapped up in plastic and it's brand new. It's brass. I know I'm going to like it a lot, so I didn't want to start patinaing it right away. We were talking about possibly doing a giveaway for a flashlight, since we have a couple of the same model, just a different color. That little Olight I just showed you, I have the brown one. And then I lost one of those already. So I had another one and I lost it. This thing, man, these things are bright. So you have the settings, but these things are awesome right here. This one's a little bit bigger. The other one's about this big and is super bright too. So if you want a pocket one, the small one like this, it's rechargeable. It's awesome. And on the low light, it lasts forever on the moonlight right there. So I recommend Olight. I know a lot of people recommend Surefire. I haven't tried one though, so I can't speak on it. I have that exact copper Olight. Yeah, do you like it? Because I haven't opened it up yet. I just know, I'm gonna like it because I like Olight. So, yeah, that's what kind of sold me on Olight, was the blue accents. But another thing was the charging, because literally where I charge it at, I mean, it's the magnet sticks so fast and so hard, I don't have to plug it in. I like that I can basically just like throw it on the desk and it'll right to it. That's awesome. It's so easy to charge. Okay, I like how you do size comparisons to hinders that not everyone has. Yeah, I know. I should have did something else. Let me do that again. Where did it go? All right, so this one, I got the other one right here somewhere. Let me just grab it. I keep this one in my bag. So I keep this one in my bag, but it's the same one that I just showed you in that box. It's just not this one. So that one's also new, but you see the size difference. And then a lot of people have the Elementum. You can see it's pretty small. So they got the same charger. You can put these on your hat or in your pocket. The only thing is that you're carrying it in your pocket with the lens up. That's the only thing. So, but I got what do I got? I think I got a brown one of this too. I've lost one of these too, so it must have fell right out of my pocket. I can't go wrong with Olight, especially when they have the 40% off sales. Yeah, they do have a lot of sales. Got a nice patina on it. On your copper one. That's what I'm worried about. If I open that one, I'm going to start putting some patina on it, and which I don't mind, but it's like I said, I've got so many, so I've been like, this is the thing. This is the one I really wanted to get with the button on the back, and I got the big one that I just showed you guys, which has a button on the back too right here. So since I have so many lights, I want to give one away. Like I even have, oh, it's in my other box. I got a Ravivon. Kara's got one that somebody donated to us that has an alarm on it and stuff. So I should donate a light you know, to the giveaway. Also, the giveaway for the bare knuckle, I'm going to pull it tomorrow. Smash that damn like button, yeah! You're so spoiled lately by shadow people sending free knife gifts. Here, I've grown tired of this $1,000 knife. Keep it. I feel blessed. I feel very, very blessed. So, I, I don't want to seem snobbish or anything like that. Hands down, it's a blessing because it ain't cheap running a knife channel. And then not just that, but content rolling through, doing giveaways and everything. And we try to do as much as we can. And it's incredible when people send you stuff, donate stuff. It really helps so much. So yes, we are very lucky. And especially knives, like, I mean, that's insane. And then that box of spider co's, what? I mean, it's just crazy. And technically, we might have another little package on the way. No idea what's in it. Almost 4,000 subscribers. I know, almost there. And it's you guys I got to thank. I mean, it's incredible. 4,000 subscribers. I'll tell you what, we are putting in some work, though. I was doing, I don't know if you guys remember, I was talking about it a couple weeks ago. I was doing 16 hours a day on this channel between filming and just all the other stuff. Now I'm only able to do about 8 hours a day, but I work a job too doing 8 hours. So I'm still putting in 16, just not all on the channel. But what I try to do is I try to get, and this is hard, I try to get the 16 hours crammed into 8. So, but that's awesome though. I mean, I love doing this, and I love the community. Jared, you were 1,000 subscribers in January, right? That's almost like four. I do. That's insane, and it had a lot to do with how much work I've put into it. Before, I was doing a video a week, 1 to 2 videos a week. Then I said, you know what, man, because since I stopped, because of everything that happened with COVID and everything, I wasn't really working. So I was like, man, I was working like here and there, and then it just like completely cut off. And it was like, man, I might as well just put the time into the channel. And then now that I've, decided that that's what I'm going to do, that I'm not going to give up now just because I'm back to work. I'll just work that much more harder. So, and I want to keep pumping out material. And the thing is, though, is that you would think that I would run out, like in my head or with videos. No, I'm like swamped, and I love it. I love being swamped. I love having an overwhelming amount of videos I got to do. A bit of everything. The mini warrior is pretty cool too. I've had a surefire sidekick forever. That's only 300 lumens, but I like it for a keychain. Hey, Steve! Thank you. Swamp ass. Swamp ass. When you do something you love, it's not work. Yeah, that's true. That's true. When you do like it, it's not considered work. It can become work when you get past like a certain point, like say when you're doing something and you might not want to, like for that moment, you know what I mean? Like who wants to like wake up and like go right into doing something when they could sleep in? So like when you schedule yourself and stuff like that, it can become a little bit of work, but that's the grind, right? That's what you're supposed to do. That's how it goes. And I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna let up, and especially, like I'm very determined. So like when things get tough, man, I tend to get very stubborn and just go that much harder. But yeah, what's up? Bud Light style. Drain the swamp. Yes, drain the swamp. I don't know if you guys watch that shit. Uh, that that debate was hilarious. Hilarious. I laughed my ass off during that thing. Um, I could talk about it all day, but some of you guys get pissed off when I start talking politics. But at a certain point, man, it's pretty ridiculous. Yes, drain that damn swamp. What the hell else was I gonna talk about? There was something specific I meant to talk about tonight with you guys. Now I can't even remember what it is. Did you see ERB? What's ERB? I don't know what that is. Only 17 likes and 55 motherfuckers in here. I love when he said, no one has done more for black people, arguably Abe Lincoln. Had me rolling. I know, and then Biden said that he said he was Abe Lincoln. You guys probably didn't hear it because a lot of people didn't, but there was one part where Biden said, "Where'd this guy come from?" And then you heard Trump under his breath. He goes, "Queens." I cracked up. Queens. You could hear it very lightly. That was so funny. And then I was watching some things today, and I guess on Twitter, all these people started going crazy because they don't know what a damn coyote is, and they took him literal. They took him literal, like people are getting brought over here by the animal, the coyote. I thought everybody knew what a coyote was. Like, I mean, maybe I'm being rude right now by saying that or, being a dick, but I really thought everybody knew that shit. And if not, it's fine. You don't have to know everything. Everybody's ignorant to some shit, but don't go running your fucking mouth, on Twitter as if he's the dumb one because then now you just look dumb. And there was intelligent people on Twitter saying that shit, like some very intelligent people. And it's scary, man. It's like these are people voting. And I don't know. They're talking about immigration and don't even know what the hell a damn coyote is. Ignorance is bliss. It's very true. And I don't mind anybody being ignorant. I mean, ignorance is one thing, but being cocky and ignorant, whew, that it always messes up. It always gets thrown back at you. So you might as well just do a damn Google search or something. It's not that hard. You'd think if I heard that and I was confused, I personally would go on to Google and be like, what is a da 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 da, and you already knew what he was talking about. So if you knew what he's talking about, you already know like the context that's involved. Yeah, they didn't do that. I heard there was like, I don't know. I heard there was a couple thousand or something like that people talking shit about that comment. Then they looked idiots. They probably all took him down now, but no, they don't know. We do not live under a democracy. We are a republic. Yes. And I probably shouldn't even get into this shit, man. You guys, there's a lot of people, and I don't give a shit what you are, but that's the thing, though. I don't judge anybody for what they are. I can be friends with anybody. A lot of my family and friends are Democrat, and I don't give a shit. I used to be Democrat, but it's changing, man. It's not the same as it was. It's completely different. Maybe I was ignorant because there's a lot of things I didn't know about politics until like just the past couple of years. So maybe I was just ignorant and I thought, I really didn't know anything. So, but that sucks though, right? When if you vote and you really don't know what you're talking about, that's scary, right? It's scary when you vote and you have no idea what you're talking about. And all right, a coyote is someone who chauffeurs illegal immigrants across the border. Yes, that is exactly what they are. they're people that get paid by, say, an illegal immigrant that wants to get into this country. They get paid ahead of time, like half down or whatever. They get paid. That's the point. And they help them get across the border, because to get through all the deserts or whatever to get to the border is difficult enough, and you got to know the terrain, you got to know the trails, you got to know all that shit. So, and then they usually have something set up for the person to help them, and it ain't cheap. I mean, I've never done it. I mean, I know people that have done it. I used to work with this one guy. Every time he got deported, he was back in like a month. And sometimes he'd get himself deported. I live in New York. A lot of the towns near me have sizable Hispanic population. I grew up in a Hispanic town. Um, even down by the border, it even says the city that I'm talking about welcomes you. That's exactly what it says. Um, and it's majority Hispanic, and then the town next to it is majority black, and then the town next to that is mixed. It's a it's very mixed where I'm at. That's why, like, a lot of the race BS that they're trying to push, and all the propaganda, I can't even fathom it or understand it, because everybody I grew up with was different. Nobody, everybody was mixed, and everybody hung out with everybody. Like, it didn't matter fucking what color you were or anything. It just mattered, what you did or who you were, or if you want to be my friend. So I'm from South Florida. We have two races, rich and poor. Exactly. Exactly. The area I grew up in was majority poor. Majority. But even, like, even people that have money, I mean, that has no race to it. That's just, who's working hard. So, but yeah, exactly. That's all I never looked at anybody for race or anything like that. Like, my best friends growing up, I mean, like, I was at when I don't know how old I was, 12 or something, maybe 13. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But me and one of my other friends were the only two white kids at the birthday party, spending the night with like 50 black kids. But it was never even like a thing. Like, it never crossed the mind or anything like, oh man, we're the only white boys here. Like, that wasn't a thing. It really wasn't. Like, I know a lot of people would think it maybe was, but it really wasn't. Because I grew up with them. So it's so expensive to run for office of anything. That is something that kind of will we ever get a poor president again? See, that's the thing, is I don't think that's one problem, right? Is that to run for anything, you got to have money to campaign. You got to have money to do a lot of things. And that does kind of suck, because then basically the person that's going to get out there more, right? So to campaign, to do all the things that they have to do so that who they are, costs a lot of money. Like, you'll never see somebody running for something if they don't put a lot of money into it, right? For commercials, for signs, for whatever. So basically, the person that has the most money is who's getting voted for. And, it doesn't mean they're going to win, but I mean, they're the one that's going to be seen the most. They're the one you're going to hear about. And that does kind of suck, because if there was a better candidate, right? But they didn't have no money, you won't know. You won't know about them at all. Who wants a poor president? Yeah, that's true. You don't want a poor president, but I think, like, maybe, like, in a way, like, not necessarily like poor, but somebody who like goes through the same thing that you do, and the town or city, whatever. Not necessarily president, but mayors, governors. I guess they could probably be poor. I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about it, but you kind of want to know you relate, right? Like, that they can at least relate with you. That I'm not saying across the board. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, But I'm just saying that it sucks that somebody can't. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a shit if they're rich or poor. I'm saying that it sucks that somebody that is poor, that could be a better person maybe, or a better candidate, you won't know about, won't hear about, and damn sure won't get voted for because they don't have the money to back them. How you can tell me about policy when you can barely pay your rent? True, true, but I don't think I'm necessarily talking about like poor. I just mean like people that are like say versus like a rich person versus somebody who's maybe is good for the community and that does work hard and knows the people. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass kind of, but I kind of thought about that a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking like, man, it does suck that, like, say if you had the most evilest person in the world and then a really good person that's running, and that like this person would be awesome for the country or whatever, but this person's got a ton of money, so they just overshadow this person. Like that kind of sucks. I'm not talking about a homeless guy in the street. I mean, not a multi-millionaire. That much money distances you from the lifestyle of a common American, right? And it also makes it to where, and not always, because there are some multimillionaires that are hardworking. They love the people of this country, and that's what they fight for. And because they did come from the bottom, started from the bottom. Now we're here, but you do like to know that you can relate with the person, that a person has worked hard and does know the people in the community and isn't going to be a dirty fucking politician and sell you out. You know what I mean? Like, you want to know that, right? You want to know that like all the shit that they're saying they actually mean. Sometimes you can kind of tell if a person says the same thing. Like, they don't like sit there and flip flop. Like, one day they're saying this, the next day they're saying this. Basically, they're only saying whoever's in front of them wants to hear because they want their vote. And a lot of politicians do that. You want to vote for somebody that you feel does have your best interest. And a lot of, not saying all, but obviously politicians and a lot of rich ones. I mean, think about it. Ever since you were younger, what'd you hear about politicians? Oh, there's some lying motherfuckers, right? I mean, so if they cannot take care of their own finances, do you really want them handling budgeting and spending our taxes? Yeah, I don't think like that. I'm not thinking that about getting a bum off the corner. I'm just talking about somebody, like, there's a difference between a billionaire and somebody who's making 120K a year. The person that the person that makes 120K a year could bust their ass, and who knows the hardships they went through to get to there, versus the guy who could be a multimillionaire but was born a millionaire. Do you know what I mean? Like, I won't look at it like that. Like, oh, the rich guy's a better candidate. I don't look at it like that. I look at policies. What are you gonna do? Like, what's coming out of your mouth, stuff like that. And I'm not saying that the multimillionaire might not be the best candidate. I'm not looking at the money as a virtue. Now, I admit that a businessman, somebody who can run a business and make millions of dollars, obviously is smart and knows what they're doing. So I'm not discrediting it either. Like, I would never like just throw it out the window like, oh, that rich motherfucker. Like, I wouldn't do that either, because I know he busted his ass to get where he's at, and he's obviously really smart to an extent. I mean, like I said, it depends. How do you sell your claim? It depends on if they inherit their money or made their money. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and some people, like you said, the people that inherit their money, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad because they inherited it either. Because there's people that inherit money, they're spoiled brats that didn't get taught by their father how to work and, and do shit. Then there's people that are, like, spoiled basically. And then there's ones that were taught how to bust ass, and, so it depends. I've seen a lot of rich people that are great, caring people, and they know that they were super blessed. And then I've seen some, you know, I think it's all about personality and, excuse me, and morals and a lot of things. The one thing I want to know is that you fucking love this country. You care about this country and you want what's best for this country. I don't want to hear race bullshit. I don't want to hear fucking socialist bullshit. And if that's what you care about, whatever. I'm just talking about me. That I want to, I want a free country. I want to know I have the right to bear arms, freedom of speech. I care about the Constitution and everything in the Constitution. So if you can sell that to me, I'm pretty much sold as long as you're for this country. Obviously, not like in a way that if you're just saying it out of your ass to get a vote, but that shit shines through. You can tell. Like I said, if they're saying one thing one week and then another thing the next week, kind of like Biden. He can't decide if he, is banning fracking, and a lot of other things. It's like every time I hear him, he's saying something different because he's just trying to get votes. That's all it's about. Personally, I would run to see Ted Cruz run 2024. There are always better options, but not very many our crazy two-party country would accept and have a good chance to elect. Yeah, there you go. I can't tell if Biden is insincere or if it really is dementia. I think it's both. For the dementia part and Alzheimer's, I've taken care of Alzheimer's units and stuff and dementia units, and I feel bad for the guy in that sense because I know he's being pushed because of his name right now, and if he became president, he wouldn't be president. Everybody else would be running the country, not him. And I feel bad for him in that regard because he is getting old and it's sad, and you think about old people and blah blah blah. But yeah, I think he's also insincere. I think he's a dirty politician. I think he always has been. Think about it. He's been in politics for how long? Like 40 years? I don't know how long. 47 years or whatever the fuck. Come on. Most politicians are skeegy as fuck, let alone one that's been in politics that damn long. And then look at some of the shit he said and how he's flip-flopped back and forth. Even if you look at from back in the day, and I know times change, but I, I'm a guy who they say was born on third base. Biden, he lies as much as he breathes. Yes, he does. Absolutely. But like I said, I don't know if he even realizes how much he lies. I mean, maybe he does. I have no idea. I just know I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all, not whatsoever. And I know one thing is that Trump's been saying the same thing since before he became president. He's been saying the exact same thing, and everything he's saying that he wants to do, he's doing, been doing, done, one of the three. And, you got to respect that. He knows what he wants, and he doesn't have to flip flop just because he might lose or get some votes, that he still knows what he wants to do. And I think most of the things are best for the country. I really do. Like I said, if you're going to stand up for my constitutional rights, then you've already got me, paying attention right there. So he also has a yeah, yeah, that's a bad one. And then all these things coming out now with these damn with that damn computer, that ain't good for them. That's for damn sure. It ain't good. And I thought it was funny that all the news things and people were saying that that it was like Russian whatever, I don't know, like basically Russian infiltration. Then the FBI comes out, the FBI and I think the Secret Service both saying that it absolutely did not come from Russian influence. And they're still saying the same thing about this Russia thing. And it's like, come on, man. You got the FBI and the people that investigate that type of stuff saying that it absolutely didn't. So, yeah, I'm going to trust them a little more than I'm going to trust some biased ass fucking news organization that lies every time they open their fucking mouth. Thanks for the comment. Much appreciated. See you guys soon. All right, Chris, take it easy, bud. Nancy Pelosi is already trying to push policy to pull him out and push Harris in the moment. Yeah, I know. I know that. I take care of a family member with dementia during weekends. It reminds me of my relative. Yeah, I worked at a nursing home for 2 years, and my unit was the dementia unit. So I know exactly what it's like. I know the signs of it. I took care of people that were like not borderline, but they were like fresh, like into it. Maybe younger, maybe older, and then I took care of all the way down to basically a vegetable. And yeah, that's why I've said it's sad in some ends, that how far people will push somebody, and it's for their own gain, not for his. What the hell does he need to keep running for? I mean, think about it. And I'm sure he's taking, and I don't want to just spit some conspiracy, but I'm sure he's on some medications to help him, which I can't say I blame him. If you're old as fuck and you're losing your mind, you got to do something. So I can't say I blame him one bit, but I don't know how much of this is true. I don't know, but I heard that they asked him if he'd take a drug test and if he would be checked for a microphone before the debate, and he said no. I have no idea how true that is, so I'm just gonna spit that out right there. So you have no problem with the fact that Trump has lied over 20,000 times since he's been in office about everything? Nope. Nope. No, I do not. I do not. Like I said, I care about my constitutional rights. I don't give a fuck what he does on his own free time. Like I said, I care about, like I said, he was a businessman and also he wasn't a politician. The things that I want to hear from a president, he says, and the other guy says the exact opposite. So, that's the way I look at it. I want what's best for the country. I don't want raised taxes. I want lower taxes. I want the right to bear arms. Fucking Biden wants to ban guns. I don't give a fuck if it was a bazooka he's trying to ban. I want to be able to bear arms from every angle, no matter what. So you say that, I damn sure ain't voting for you. I don't give a fuck how much another person lies. If one person is, sticking up for my freedoms and another one's not, that's my God given right. So, and not just that, other things too, freedom of speech, lots of things, and that one side wants to get rid of or hurt that I care about, and the other one doesn't. So that's 100% true. Trump campaign asked for a drug test. Biden agreed. Then days before the debate, said no to both the ear check and the drug test. See, there you go. So, and when you hear Trump, he's never reading a teleprompter. He's speaking off the cuff. I want a president that can run a country. I don't want one that has to read a teleprompter and that won't take any questions. That scares me. You're running for president and you refuse to answer questions? Come on. You watch Trump every day. He's taking the hardest questions. And he sits there every day taking on every question, responding accordingly. Just the fact that he's pushing that hard and putting in that much work, you got to give him credit for that. Biden, the second he's done reading the teleprompter, he turns around and walks off stage while everybody's begging for a question. And then you ask him serious questions and he won't answer them. Like, come on. No. Yeah, to be honest, Mark, I'm talking a bunch of shit right now because I can't even vote. But if I could, I know who I'd be voting for. But I can't even vote. So uh, I thought about trying, but maybe next time. Um, but that doesn't mean I can't still want who I want to win, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. Ethan says I'm young. Well, I hope that doesn't mean you're dumb. No, I'm just joking, Ethan. Um, yeah, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I know some of the young generation does scare me. I know that because feel like every time I hear them, and I'm not saying this, some of this might not be played out or whatever, but it seems like every time I hear the younger generation having to answer questions, man, they have no idea what they're talking about. And I just mean like about history, about a lot of things. Yet they'll have their heart set on certain things, like socialism and stuff, even though they can't answer a question about socialism in socialist countries, yet they want it. And it just baffles me. Right. Well, because kids used to have common sense. Now they, I mean, I sound like an old fuck saying that because I know our older generation probably said the same things. Maybe humans just get dumber and smarter in time, you know. I don't know. I just feel like the history tends to repeat itself if you don't remember it. So it's good to know what's already happened. And there's lots of things we've already done over and over and over, and you get the same results like every time. I mean, come on. I mean, I sound like Biden now. Come on, man. No, but when you're expecting different results, that's crazy. One side is pushing to dismantle essential parts of the Constitution, grab an alarming amount of power and push moral ideas and make them law. And the other side isn't perfect, but also isn't anti-American. Yeah. Anyone ever see Idiocracy? Yes. Yes, I have. That's a funny ass movie. If you guys haven't seen Idiocracy, definitely watch it. Even like the way they talk and stuff, it's you start and like some of the people that you wouldn't think would be in the positions they're in, you feel like that's happening. Here in my town, they have a class to show kids to show how to be a lawnmower and ride bikes in high school. What? Here in my town, they have a class to show kids to show how to use a lawnmower and ride bikes in high school. I was listening to somebody talk about how they have to when they go to school they're learning like white privilege and shit like that. That's disgusting to me. Like that's so pathetic. This shit doesn't exist. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'll argue tooth and nail. You want to talk about privilege? I can tell you about underprivilege. But people don't take that into account. And I'm not even going to go into it, man. There's so many ways you can go into it about percentages and people and number of people and how much money. And you can't have it on both hands. Like, there's um, there's more poor white people and more white people in this country than anything. But it's also the opposite way, too. I read that. When I was in college, I had to sit in on some LGBTQ blah 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 stuff for my job on campus. That sucks. Yeah. I mean, I don't really care if somebody's LGBTQ or any of that stuff. I don't want to have to sit in a class and have to learn about it though. Me personally. I mean, I got family members that are gay and lesbian and stuff. It doesn't bother me one bit. But I don't want that to be part of politics and part like I don't know. I think that the things that we should be talking about in politics and the things that matter, like with like I don't know, taxes, the way the country's ran, and money and stuff like that matters a little bit more. We need prison reform. That's what we need. Just saying. I don't mind prison reform either, and I know Trump did that. Yes, it definitely is for profit. Prisons are definitely for profit. It's a business. It is definitely a business, and I 100% agree on that. I do think that they like even not even just prisons, right? Tickets, tickets. Cops pulling you over and giving you a ticket. You get a ticket, and then what do you have? You got court costs. You got to pay for the damn paper clips. And I one time got a ticket, and a charge on there was what's the word for it? Basically, like people that were affected. Nobody was affected. It was a damn ticket, but it charged me for like affecting other people. Like what? Like it's all business, man. They're just making money. If they defund police, the rich will hire security and Dems will demand that to be socialized and reinvent police. Yes, that's why I do not agree with that either. I agree with funding them and training. I think it's pretty simple and explanatory. You train them better, put them in better training, give them better courses, make them pass tests, stuff like that, put them through stressful situations. And yeah, I think defunding is the most moronic thing I've ever heard of. And I don't think about myself, because let me just say this really quick. When I think about that, I don't argue that for myself, right? If the fucking police got defunded, I personally don't give a fuck, because you're the one who should be fucking worried for me if the police get defunded. You know what I mean? Like, you should be worried more, not me. But I worry about like my mother, my sister, shit like that, my wife. I don't worry about myself. I worry about like when I was a kid and my mom had to call the cops for an abusive stepfather, that the cops showed up in time. That's the shit I worry about. That's what I think about in the back of my head. So you want police to show up to protect your family when the cops are called. Like my ma, the phone was ripped off the wall. Like as soon as she punched in 911, he ripped the phone off the wall. But the call actually went through, and then they rushed there faster because there was nobody on the line. You know what I mean? Like they knew something had to have happened, and they flew there and got there just in time. But I would hate to know that nobody picked up, or that a social worker picked up, and I don't you know where it could lead. It could lead pretty bad, and I want to know that those people are protected when the cops are called. I don't give a fuck about myself, and like I said, and not even just me. If people are really worried about, say, gangs and violence or white supremacists, which I think is bullshit. But if that's true, then who do you think's protecting you from them? Like, it's stupid. I think it's interesting how much a large part of media has started towing the line of one party the last decade or so. I know it's crazy, right? The last 4 years has been especially disgusting, mostly peaceful. Yeah, right. Somebody else said it. I think it was Ben Shapiro. What'd they say? They said, "Oh, O.J. Simpson was mostly peaceful the night he killed his wife too. Most of the day he was peaceful. That was mostly a peaceful day for him." It always matters who wins. It's true. Um, both sides are guilty of that one. That's true. Both sides are guilty of that one. Both sides are guilty for a lot of things. But if you look like how much, like say, like let's just talk about Democrat and Republican like news. There's only one for one side, and then there's a bunch for the other side. Then you look at the internet, like of how much is silenced from one side. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't want that for the other side. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want them to be shadow banned. I wouldn't want their tweets or whatever taken down. Like I said, I believe in the Constitution and the freedom of speech, whether I like it or not. I don't give a fuck if I like what you have to say. I'll fight to the death of me to protect you to say that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't want you to be the opposite, to only want what you say and then fuck what I say. That is a good Ben Shapiro quote. Don't agree with all the things he stands for, but I do listen when he speaks. He's clever, and I like that. Yeah, he's definitely very clever. He's definitely a person to be reckoned with, because he's very intelligent and can speak and remember all these things very well. He's a damn good debater, for sure. And I don't agree with a lot of things he says either, but I agree with a lot of things he says. And like I said, I don't care if I agree with everything. Like there's certain things that I want to agree with about some, like I don't have to agree with everything. That's not what this country's about. But there's one thing that I think all Americans should agree on, and that's your constitutional rights. When you cut any one of those things out to me, then I can't listen because then you're not thinking like an American. And I'm not saying I wouldn't listen or wouldn't listen to the argument or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you start losing me, like for a lot of things because I think that's very important. I think that when that was decided and the Constitution was written, I think that it was well thought out and it's worked. We are in arguably the best country there is, and we've made more millionaires out of more poor people than any other country. I think that I don't know anybody who would want to go somewhere else, like if given the opportunity. So I know people who would want other things, but they wouldn't want to go to another country. But I mean, maybe there is people out there. I just don't know. You only get 6 years for murder, but it can be also a life sentence. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, there's different levels. Like so, if I kill somebody, which I probably shouldn't say that word on a live, demonetized. Um, if I kill somebody, I better have a good argument of why, like self-defense, a lot of other things. Now, your background is going to have a lot to do with your sentence. So, like, say if I've gotten in trouble before, that's going to, like, I seen this person do this post on a black person and a white person. They got the same charge. The black person was given all this time and the white person was given like a year or something, and they were saying that's racist. But when you look into it, the white person, that's his first offense ever, and then the other person had already been locked up before, had a whole bunch of crimes, and like you can't compare the two. There's differences, and also there's different judges. There's also different states and different laws. There's lots of there's variables. So you can't argue that unless it was the exact same in every way, and I mean the background and everything, prior charges and stuff. I wasn't sure about our president before he was the president. Me neither. But the thing about him is he wants everyone to be successful and not have and have the opportunity, but it's up to you to do it. Yes. And I agree with you because I didn't know either. And to be honest, a lot of the people that surrounded me convinced me a lot of negative things. And it wasn't until I looked into it. It wasn't until I looked up facts. It wasn't until I looked up my own information that I was actually given the right information. And most of the things I was told, I was being lied to. They were listening to CNN and MSNBC, and when you listen to organizations like that, news like that, they're just pushing propaganda. So you can't do that. Whether you agree or disagree, look up facts. You don't have to just listen to the news. The news is not the news no more. Journalists are not journalists. And if you listen to a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of them are ex-journalists or whatever that didn't agree with them and went and did their own thing because of the lies and because they were being pushed a narrative. And so my dad was right. A clean record could very well make all the difference one day. That is 100% true. Yeah, definitely, because the judge looks at that. The judge will look at everything. Even if it's 20 years from, like, they might use like that you've been good for 20 years, blah blah blah, but they also might say 20 years ago, you were caught doing this. So it can always be used against you, and the judge has the determining factor with that, or the jury. So if you don't listen to the news, you're uninformed. If you do listen to the news, you're misinformed. Very true. I tend to just get my news from actual like journalists and stuff like that, and I try not to just listen to like one side or one thing. I try to find the most unbiased sources, which I know everybody's a little biased, so that's why I go to different areas. I don't just stick with one person or one thing, but I do check them out a little bit. So like there'll be like say 100 stories, and out of 100 stories, how much did I hear them bullshit? How much did I hear them lie? How much did I hear the truth come out? So when you know that, and then you listen to another person and you see them twisting it, you see them lying about it, you see them leaving parts out, you see them over exaggerating or under exaggerating or taking things out of context, don't listen to that fucking person. They're full of shit. Bought a Benchmade mini grip and want to customize it. Yeah, there's lots of companies that I got one right here. Bang. I got the big one too. But they're awesome to customize. You can get so many different things for the Griptilians. There's a lot of companies that do aftermarket parts for those. Man, I still wish they did the damn hollow grind though. And the stones. Here's a final thought for debate before I go. Mike Tyson is gonna knock the fuck out of Roy Jones Jr. next month. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't doubt that Mike Tyson's not going to win, and I don't doubt Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. Try saying that 5 times fast. Isn't going to win either. I have no idea. They're both, old boxers, retired, and I think they were both great in their time. I think it's going to come down to who's got the most steam. Because maybe it'll come out to who's going to hit harder. Tyson looks scary, but it's the boxer versus the puncher, right? And that's why I think that the one thing, I'll just say this really quick. The one thing is that every time Tyson was beaten, he was beaten by somebody who could box better than him. He's fought lots of people that were sluggers, and he usually won that. But when it came down to somebody who could box, like better than him, he obviously but he lost, and it seemed like it was always boxers, like meaning like they weren't sluggers, they were more boxers. But I think it's going to come down to steam. I think it's going to come down to stamina. Who can last the longest? Jared, what is your favorite cheap bench stone set? Diamonds. If it was diamond, I like. Ah, man, I like diamonds. I think diamonds are really good. I like there's a 3 stone set I usually put in the description. It's like $50. They're 2x6. Hey gamer, thank you. Two Sun Dynamo. But I also like aluminum oxide. I like yeah. Thank you for donating to Scott too. All donations are going to Scott tonight. But what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, diamond stones. I also like aluminum oxide stones. I like a lot of different stones depending on what I'm sharpening and everything. I think they got some good cheap tri-stones out there that flip, and there's 3 stones. I think diamonds are probably the best if you're sharpening all different kinds of steel. Blade swap on the mini grip. I wouldn't. I love the sheep's foot blade. I just wish they were still hollow ground. Love the sheep's foot blade shape. I like it better than the Hogue blade shape. I like the G10 more on these, and I like everything else more on this, but the blade shape I like more on the Griptilian. No one uses Atama stones because they are pricey, but in my humble opinion, they are so much better than all the diamonds I have used. Really? Well, and price does have a lot to do with it. Just like the Neeves stones I've been using, I love those things. Love those things. But it's hard to sell to somebody, that's saying, "Hey, man, what sharpening stone should I get?" And I say, "But diamond stones," and then they look at the price of them. They're like, "What?" When they can go and get an entire set for under $50. And then going to the Neve way, you get two stones, but they are reversible, so it's basically four stones for like 180 bucks or something like that. Your channel got me freehanding, and I'm using a work sharp bench top set angle set, but laying them down. Awesome, man. Yeah, the Neeves stones do last a long time, and I'm loving them. I really, really do. I love the finish I get, and you know what else I really like? The type of mirror finishes I can get are they have so much bite to them, and I love it. Looks like MC just went live. Spirited Blades. Check this out. I want to show you something really quick. We're about to take off because I know MC is live, and I don't want to bust his bubble, but I want to show Ryan something really quick. What? Look at that. What is that, Ryan? You ever seen that before? You ain't never seen nothing like that before, have you, Ryan? Woo-wee. Trying to get the focus. The Arnold Bernard Orca is nice. Yes, it's very nice. Holy cow, man. You weren't kidding. That is nice. But I'm sure you guys are wanting to get over there to old MC's. Thank you guys for all the donations to Scott. He doesn't even know this yet. I will. I'm gonna contact him right after this. I appreciate everybody who donated to him. He does so much for the community, man. And like I said, if he needs help or is struggling or something, I think it's and the fact that like he wouldn't even say nothing, and he's more worried about helping other people, and he's been there for us. And by the way, Jared, good job on the Wi-Fi. Canada did not interfere, not even once. I know, man. I'm good. I'm good. Awesome, man. Much respect, helping your fellow man. Definitely, and he deserves it, man. He's such a good. Scott is such a good dude. He really is. And if you guys don't know who Scott is, his channel is Big Boar Knife and Gear. Go subscribe. Floydian, thank you, man. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I know he will too. I know he will. He is, man, he's such a humble dude and just such a good dude. And like I felt like obligated to do this because he's such a good dude. This is a rock stud. Yeah, buddy. Whoo. Yeah, this is one of the best factory edges I've ever felt. It's sweet. Very smooth. It's a luxurious smooth. Very, very nice. Yep, it's got the race skin. The camera quality on live sucks, but it's very beautiful when I can get it up close to the camera and like show this DLC, because this DLC is beautiful. You can probably see me right there. Bam! Look at this. Watch this. See if you guys can see it. What's Jared doing? Huh? Yeah, and oh man, I can't remember. I think it was 50, or no, I mean, sorry, 66. I think the HRC was on this one. I think I'm right on that. I'm not positive. I got to look at the paper again, but it's hard though. All right, guys. I'll let you guys get over there to MC's. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. Love you guys. Peace.